What's up guys, Dr. Rayhan here, back with another video about cryptocurrency, and today we're going to go over the market. And look guys, there's been a lot of FUD these past few days, a lot of people saying this is the end of Bitcoin, freaking out. Guys, this is crypto. If you can't handle dips, then you shouldn't be in this market in the first place, okay? So today we're going to go over some of the coins I've been watching over the past few days, why I think these are all coins that definitely have some room to grow in the future, and just a couple of reasons why I decided to pick these coins up. So let's not waste any time, let's get right into the video. Please make sure to comment, subscribe, and like the video. Okay, so look, let's not sugarcoat things here guys. Bitcoin got wrecked, okay? The price dropped quite significantly, and a lot of longs got liquidated, okay? So the number one rule, like I've always said in my past videos, is don't use leverage, okay? Just don't. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of people out there saying they're using 2x, 5x, 10x, 25x, 100x leverage. It's crazy, okay? It's crazy. The reality is this: in a bull market, people are gonna make money. In a bear market, people are also gonna make money, okay? But just because Bitcoin's pumping doesn't mean you can just use leverage however you want, okay? It's asking for trouble, it's asking for disaster, so don't do it, okay? If we're looking at the price of Bitcoin in the past few days, you know, we can definitely see there was a pullback, right? We can definitely see that. So, you know, we were trading up 60,000, and look, we just pulled back all the way down to 55. And if you're tracking it on TradingView or other chart software, you could see that we actually wicked all the way down to 51,000, right? So there's a high chance that you could have been liquidated if you were trading with leverage. So just don't do it. It's as simple as that. But the good thing is, look, the market is starting to recover, right? Binance coin back up to $580. You know, during the dip, this thing dropped down to 400, 420, right? Ethereum's back up to 2,300, right? You see a lot of altcoins that are definitely picking back steam. You know, some of these were pumped up a lot, but you know, there's been some retracement, but a lot of them are recovering, and that's good. We aren't seeing as much movement, you know, upside movement in the actual price of Bitcoin. You know, that's okay, right? That's okay, because in my mind, we don't want to just keep shooting up forever. We want some time to cool off. We want some time to recover, because in my mind, I actually don't like the fact that Bitcoin pumped so quickly, okay? I was quite happy to continue doing what I'm doing, you know, picking up coins cheap, yield farming, and making income, right? I actually didn't like the fact that Bitcoin shot up so fast. I'm not going to complain about it, but I think it's okay that we cool down. I think it's okay that we take a breather, right? We shake out the weak hands, the paper hands, get them out of here, right? And those individuals like ourselves who are hardened and we have the resolve to stick around, we're the ones that reap the benefits, okay? So I just want to get into now kind of what projects I've been picking up. And I really used this past dip as an opportunity to pick up some Launchpad projects that I just wanted to accumulate more of, okay? Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite heavily stacked in this Launchpad field, but there was just a couple projects I really wanted to pick up. So let's get into it. So the first one I really was looking at adding more to my stack was TrustWop, okay? And the reason why is I like them, okay? I think they're a great Launchpad project. I think they bring some good projects to the table. The products that they've launched have had multiple X returns, and so the main reason I wanted to add to my TrustSwap bag is I simply want more allocation. Okay, with TrustSwap, how it works is basically the more of the coin you have, the bigger an allocation you can get. So starting at, you know, having 4,000 TrustSwap, you're gonna get 1 allocation. Then if you have 7,000 coins, you're going to get 2 times allocation. If you have 12,000 coins, you're going to get 3 times allocation, and so on and so forth. So the more of the coin you have, the bigger an allocation you're going to get. So, you know, if you can pick it up cheap on dips and you kind of stack your bag slowly, on further launches, you're going to get bigger allocations. And remember, with these launch pads, bigger allocations means bigger returns. Right? You're going to be able to buy these coins right when they come out at public sale prices or pre-sale prices. And a lot of the times, especially because we're in a bull market, you're going to be able to flip those coins right away for massive return, right? So to me, it's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer, especially the fact that with TrustWop, the nice thing about it is, you know, with some Launchpad projects, you're kind of locked in, right? Once you buy the coin, they expect you to kind of keep the coin forever. And you know, they'll say things like if you sell the coin, you know, you're not entitled to any of your further payouts or dividends. So that kind of sucks. But with TrustSwap, as far as I know, that's not an issue. So another project I picked up a lot of coinage on was BSC Pad. Okay, and the reason why is BSC Pad is a winner. Okay, they are a winner when it comes to being a Launchpad. All right, and I knew that they were a winner, not when they came out. Okay, when they first launched, I saw BSC Pad was trading at about $1, and I picked up some. But as soon as I saw that they were having projects like Cook Protocol, Blind Boxes, IOS, I knew that this was going to be a winner. All right, and so I used this previous dip as an opportunity to pick up more. Okay, because there's a downside and there's a benefit to BSC Pad. Okay, and I'm going to go over that right now. So when you're picking up Launchpads, firstly, what's the most important thing, right? So, well, there's two most important things, right? So the two biggest factors are, one, what sort of projects are they actually bringing to the table? Because if they're bringing, you know, bad projects, then it makes it a riskier play to buy a Launchpad, right? If the Launchpad's bringing just really not good stuff, then it's gonna be harder for you to flip those investments into profit, right? The second thing is, what kind of allocation are you getting? Okay, because even if it's a good project, if you get a small allocation, it's a waste of time. Right now, I know there's some people that would argue, oh no, you know, it's fine, even if you get a $20 allocation, and you know that 10x is, you're gonna sell it for $200. No, come on, okay, maybe for some, but for me, that's a waste of time. Okay, I don't want to turn $20 into 200. All right, that's just a waste of time, especially if you're especially if you're holding a lot of the coinage to get access to the allocation. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. So the nice thing about BSC Pad is, if you're holding, if you're in the higher tiers like platinum or diamond, you're typically going to get reasonable allocations. Now, they have had some launches where the allocations were small, right? Specifically, Raise and CalVPN, the allocations were small. But here's the thing, I don't really care, because the amount of projects that they've launched and the amount of projects that they're going to launch is crazy. Like, look how many launches they've had since they started, right? And look at what's coming up. They have 5 here already that are upcoming, right? And if you know the dates of these launches, these are all coming in the next week or two, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these are good projects, right? These are good projects. If you know BSC Station, if you just go to the website for a second and look at this: Spark Digital Capital, Morningstar, AU21, BSC Pad. Okay, these are good VC firms that are investing in this project. So just at this one project, you can see the quality of projects that they are bringing to their Launchpad here, that BSC Pad is bringing to the table. So I think they're great. I think they're a great Launchpad, and I'm happy to keep accumulating this token. So a couple other projects I want to go over. I don't want to really go over them too in depth, but I use this dip as an opportunity to pick up a little more Cyberfi tokens. So Cyberfi, this is mainly a token I picked up because they're another Launchpad, and I like this token because, one, it's really retraced a lot. Okay, they're doing guaranteed allocations for their bigger launches. They're doing flash pools for their smaller launches, just like most Launchpads. That's the problem. Is, so one thing I want to say, guys, is a lot of people complain when a Launchpad only has a small allocation or they do a lottery. What you have to understand is, for some projects, when they're raising capital, they're really not raising a lot, and so a Launchpad doesn't really have a choice but to either give you like a $10 allocation or just do a lottery, right? And different people have different preferences. Okay, different people have different preferences. Me personally, if the Launchpad is on Binance Chain, I'd rather I just get a guaranteed allocation, even if it's $10, $20, right? I know I said earlier that that's a waste of time. It's like, well, if I'm already invested in the Launchpad, I'd rather you just give me $20 than give me nothing. But if the Launchpad is on Ethereum, then I'd rather they just do a lottery, because if you give me $100 allocation on Ethereum, that's a waste of time, because I'm gonna have to pay round trip like $200 in gas to buy it, harvest it, do the Uniswap approval, and then sell the coin. Like, it's a waste of time. So that's just my thoughts on that. And though, coming back to Cyberfi, so the reason I like this token is not just because it's a Launchpad. They are doing some other things on the side, but look, to be honest with you, I bought it because it's a Launchpad. But I also like the fact that you can stake these tokens. So you can stake their tokens and earn an APY of about 60% right now. And rumor is they're gonna raise that, right? So not only are you getting access to the launches, right? You're buying a token, to me, that's on the dip, right? It's a good project, and you can stake it and earn more. Just like in MantraDAO, you can stake the tokens and earn money on your staked money while also getting access to projects at public sale and pre-sale. So, you know, it's a no-brainer. The thing I want to touch on is, you know, there's so many different launch pads. How do you know which one to get into? Okay, how do you know which one to buy, right? Because, you know, we have so many here, and this isn't even all of them. There's probably some that I'm not even aware of, and there are some that I'm actually aware of, but I just didn't bother to put on this list because I'm not really following them, right? So what you have to do when you're buying a launch pad is, firstly, you have to ask yourself, why am I buying this coin? Right? Am I buying the coin because I think the coin is most likely to pump in value itself, right? Well, if that's the case, then you should probably be looking at things like TrustWop or Paid Network or PokerStarter or BSC Pad, right? Because in my mind, these projects are established projects. They're well known, right? And they're poised to most likely be pushing their market caps higher, right? And you also get access to pre-sales, right? Some of them better than others, right? But some of them are a bit more difficult, like PokerStarter, very difficult to get into sales, right? BSC Pad, easier, you have guaranteed allocations. Paid Network is a lottery. TrustSwap does lotteries and guaranteed allocations, right? So then you have other projects where, you know, quite frankly, the price of the actual token itself may not pump that much, but they have different models. They're getting you access to different sales. They have different, you know, ways that they're built out. So then you have to look into the project and actually look at it, right? With Ferrum Network is great because, you know, if you hold 50,000 Ferrum, you get guaranteed allocation. No matter what, you're always going to get a guaranteed allocation with Ferrum Network. So that's amazing, right? With MantraDAO, you can get tier 0, which gives you guaranteed allocations, but otherwise it's a lottery. The other tiers are lotteries. But with MantraDAO, it's not just a Launchpad. You can stake those coins. It's a borrowing and lending platform. You know, there's pools that you can stake things in. You know, it has other use cases, right? With DDIM, DuckDAO Dime, different model, right? It's first come, first serve. So some people like that, some people don't. If you're in the lower tiers like Fight Club or Beach Club, you know, it sucks. In my mind, it sucks. That's why I'm not in there. I'm in Gentleman's Club now, right? So, you know, it's a different model. And the other thing you have to understand is you're getting access to different types of projects, right? So look at the projects, look at the past projects that Launchpad has launched. Go look at the VCs that have invested in it, and you'll see a pattern, right? Some VCs will only put their projects with certain Launchpads. So, you know, sometimes you're gonna have similar projects, right? MantraDAO and DDIM, you know, there's similarity in the projects there, right? Insured Finance, they have similar projects to DuckDAO Dime because DuckDAO Dime is affiliated with Insured Finance, right? So they're probably drawing from the same pools, right? The same VCs are probably approaching them, right? Pools Finance, they do lottery. If you're lower tier, if you're in the top 100, you get guaranteed allocation though. But top 100, you gotta be a whale, right? You gotta be a super whale to be able to afford that, right? And you have all these other ones which are more DAOs, you know, EXNT and a bunch of these other ones. Those are more DAOs. So they do things a little bit differently. And then you have other models like Kickpad. Kickpad has a pure guaranteed allocation model. It's on BSC. You know, I personally hold a lot of Kickpad and have been accumulating it. You know, it's $1.36 right now. I'm actually probably going to pick up a bit more now at this dip because, you know, I like Kickpad, right? And I like the fact that I can stake my tokens and I get a guaranteed allocation. And, you know, the more tokens you have, the more you get, right? So it's fair in that way, right? Really, guys, there's so many different crypto projects out there, and everybody's going to approach these dips as a different way to accumulate more of the projects they like, right? My strategy is a bit different than other people's, and that's the thing. So when you're getting into crypto, you have to kind of figure out what your strategy is, right? So What I haven't really gone over in this video is what my actual portfolio looks like, because even though I'm telling you I'm picking these coins up on the dip, I'm not dumping my whole portfolio into them. I'm barely putting anything in terms of my whole portfolio into these projects, right? And so that's the actual most important thing, is how is your overall portfolio structured? How are you going to protect yourself when there's dips? How are you going to make sure you can take advantage of dips? And how are you going to make sure you don't get wrecked if this entire market crashes tomorrow, right? So I'll drop another video in the next couple of days, just going over strategies like that, overall strategies, how to structure your portfolio, how I structure my portfolio, things like cash flow and that. Yeah, so look, ultimately, if you guys like the video, please like, please subscribe. I appreciate it. Share it with all your friends. That's it. See ya.